Come on, come on, come on. It's time for your reading. Let me get comfortable for my beautiful Sag. Let's look and see what your oracle of this week is. This is the last week of February, so that means that we are definitely in Pisces season, which is like your cousin, okay? Or maybe a sibling, because you and Pisces are both ruled by Jupiter. So this should be a really comfortable time for you, but let's just see what the cards have to say. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing something like it's a good energy, but it feels like there's like a little kid or like a family member that's younger than you that like keeps bothering you, but like you're like, oh, that's just, you know, that's my nephew or that's my niece, like. So I don't know what that is, but let's see what this is about. So we have the number 8, and this is positive movement forward. Don't get me to lying, but I feel like you just had this oracle last week or something. Let's just get into it. So positive movement forward. Obviously, it's what the card implies. This is going to be about your physical life, is what it seems like. A lot of it's going to be focused on that, the physical situations going on in your life. So you're a true artisan. You have crafts, skills, knowledge, gifts, and talents to assist you, and even more to advance in a positive direction. So like I said, the number 8 is about positivity and abundance. But you have to understand that it's your efforts that have gotten you this far. So good for you. So this card often will pop up to honor and recognize individuals who are creative or who do things that deal with art, design, music, and education. Okay, so it doesn't have to be, but a lot of times this is what this is talking about. Okay, so when you follow what your soul wants and you follow your passions and things like that, your soul can actually help you become a better person or a bigger entity in your life, a bigger force, so that you have the power to really be expressive and also have a little bit more power of your reality. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes by, because basically when you follow your passions, you're really just aligning yourself to who you are and what you're here for. So when you do that, your energy is, or your star, if you will, like shines brighter. And so you're able to really be a bigger force to be reckoned with in this world. So if you've been struggling with trying to figure out, like, should I go after my passion or should I just go after your passion? You can always add on the mundane things that you need to get done in your life, but you cannot just get back your passion. You cannot just get back time to follow your dreams and things like that. So you want to make sure you're really doing that. A lot of times this card says that there's going to be an opportunity for you, Sag, during this week. It could also be a way to learn. So you could also become someone's apprentice or become a mentee or something like that. Or you could also be the teacher at this time, but a lot of the times it's talking about you being the student. So notice the parts of your life that are starting to grow and starting to change and starting to really like evolve. Because these are the parts of your life where blessings are trying to come in, okay? So there's going to be a lot of shifts. I feel like it's going to be a very fluid time for you, a lot of expansion. Remember, we are in Pisces season. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. So a lot of Jupiter energy is going to be just constant until Pisces season is over. So expansion, okay? And Jupiter also rules luck, okay? So when you expand, you get to, like, you know, hit the jackpot sometimes. I want to see what your energy is. How is Sag looking during this time? Whoa. Okay, so we have conflicts and then we have perfection. All right, so some of you could be going through a little bit of struggles, or there could be, you know, some ego issues that I feel like you may need to calm down. And then we have perfection. So as far as your looks and your aesthetics and things like that, definitely looking beautiful, okay? And also just looking like you got things under control. But I feel like with that comes a little bit of conflict from other people, you know, maybe because they're jealous or something like that. So just be on the lookout for that. Let's look into your week. So this week, the last week of February for Sagittarius. Okay, all right. Okay, Sag. So the bottom of your reading, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So, honey bun, I need you to remember, this is why this is coming up and why I was talking about being creative and stuff like that. You have a gift, but you have to make sure you're using it. So a way that I like to look at it is if God or whoever you believe in gives you some sort of gift or talent and you don't use it, you're probably going to lose it. Okay, so use it or lose it. So I feel like this is a reminder to allow that creative passions and sparks and energy that you have and creativity to really thrive at this time. Not just for now, but for some reason this is a really big thing that you need to be focused on at this time. I see that you've been kind of restless, or you're moving out of a space of reckless energy. Restless. I don't know why I said reckless, but maybe it was both for you. Kind of like you couldn't get your thoughts together. Yeah, sadness, disappointment. Kind of like you needed a rest. Your mind was racing. I think you were having a hard time finding your footing within, you know, your thoughts and your emotions. But now you're in a really good spot because we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords basically means that universe is kind of pushing you towards where you need to be. So for some people it can feel like, you know, not a good thing. It can feel scary. It can feel rushed. But it means that you're basically taken care of in the direction that you're supposed to be going towards. So anything, if you've been losing something, if you gained something recently, if you like I said, lost something, whether it's a job, a friendship, a relationship, whatever it is, that is so that you can have the momentum to go in the direction that you need to go in. So this is kind of the similar card to this one. They're both on boats. They're both in the ocean. Okay? And they're moving forward. The reason why it's positive to move forward is because, one, it's a new road for you. So whatever you're leaving behind, even if it hurt to leave it behind, you had to, because otherwise you would still be in that stage of life. And I feel like Spirit wants you to move to your next chapter. You're not at your next chapter yet, but you're on the road to doing so. Okay, so this is a really good thing. So what are you moving towards? Okay, we have the Lovers. So true love, passion, harmony with yourself as well. For some of you it could be a twin flame situation or a soulmate situation. A lot of you are having an upgrade within your strategy and how you think, and starting to plan your success, if that makes sense. So maybe you had a goal, or no, excuse me, maybe you had a dream of something. Now instead of just having that dream and saying, oh, that would be awesome, now you're like, okay, well, how could I get there? Like, if I really wanted to do it, what would be my first step to doing it? So kind of figuring out what your next step is, and, you know, figuring out what you're going to do to make it kind of happen, okay? And then we also have you becoming a lot more focused and a lot more logical about the things that you want and the things that you're going towards. So if this is about business, this is a very, very, very good sign that you're going to be very successful in what you're starting. But even if it's not about business, if it's about just your life in general, this is saying you're becoming focused and balanced and intelligent about what you're trying to make happen. So that's always a good thing. It means that you can actually start making some really good movements and investments forward. You also have the Page of Pentacles moving forward, so you will be getting some news about money or something material in your life. It looks like it's going to be positive, but let's just see. So you're going to get some news about something financial, or it could be material. I want you to make sure that any contracts and partnerships, that you're being very careful within these situations, and also understand that in the future, something that you're preparing to get or buy, you may not get exactly what you want. So I would say make sure you're doing research, or just make sure that you have everything in order on your end, so that it'll be a lot easier for you. Yeah, okay, so it looks like you are going to be still able to get what you want, but it looks as though you're not going to be celebrating as much. So for example, let's say that you're about to get a car. So let's say you get the car and you're happy that you're able to get the car that you wanted, but the payments are a little bit more expensive than you thought. So it's like you win some, but then there also is kind of this negative like outcome that comes with it that maybe you weren't expecting, but you still got the car and you still made the movement to get something done. If that was your goal, you made it happen. All right, so that's kind of where this conflict energy I feel like is coming. So it's coming towards the end of this week. The outcome looks positive. Okay, the outcome does look positive. Okay, it also could be the wrong timing for something. So I want you to be careful of what you're doing. Pay attention to, if you know anything about your chart and you know the transits that are happening, you want to be very smart about when to make financial movements, or when to book whatever you're trying to book, whatever you're trying to buy, especially if it's like a big investment. If you need help with stuff like that, or if you want a reading to make sure you're buying something at the right time and things like that, definitely email me so you can get your own personal reading, or you can try to stop by during the live stream so that you can figure that out. But by the time the live stream comes out for this week, it's probably going to be too late. So you might want to just book a reading with me beforehand. So that's your reading, Sag. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure you leave me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more videos like this and meet me here next week for your next week reading, make sure you are subscribed and that you hit the notification bell. Like I said, if you want a personal reading, you can contact me using my email or my website, okay? That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Sag.